Hey family, once again, Black Love, Black Pride, Black Power. You have to know yourself, to love yourself, to love your people. And if you have not checked out my first piece of the review when I was talking about the good versus white bad people myth that they definitely coonify by throwing into this movie, go ahead and check that out. It's only a couple minutes long. I've got a lot to say about this movie, so I'm going to break it up in digestible chunks. Hopefully, if you're scrolling through and you find something specific that you want to comment on specifically, you'll see that and be able to get a nice little microwave version of what you're looking for. So right now, I'm going to glance at my notes a couple of times, but right now we are going to talk about Killmonger's character. First off, I would be a lie from the pit of hell if I did not say that I felt Killmonger's character the whole goddamn election. The whole election, like, I cried a few times in this movie because I knew what these people were trying to do. I knew how they were trying to do it, but at the same time, it's like I still felt this nigga, you know. And when I say like you would have to really be on your. Let me scoot back so y'all can see my eyes or whatever. You would have to really chin down. Does that help? You would have to really be on some whole knowing how propaganda works, knowing the narrative. Like, you would have to be able to really see through that shit to be able to even get it, because most black people, we don't think critically on certain levels as a general mass and whole, that the stuff that they're subconsciously psychologically planting you miss, but because you're grasping onto the stuff that's right there on the surface. But we all know Killmonger made nothing but a million excellent points. Things I hated about his character: they painted him as some angry, abusive, just terrible, hateful black person. Like how they try to paint black people today. We're rightfully upset about something, and when you say something about it, oh, you're just full of hate. No, I'm full of truth, and I'm not with the bullshit. But they did that shit on purpose. Killmonger's whole plight was completely valid and just. Like, how the fuck are y'all sitting over here like this? And y'all sat there, y'all watched us go in the slit. Like, there would have never been a Killmonger character in the first place, in the Marvel universe, if Wakanda, when they saw them taking niggas into slavery, if they did something about that, if they had actually intervened with slavery when it first started, there would not be any me's, there would not be any Killmongers. We wouldn't have to sit here and deal with this whole continental African versus diasporic African, because we would all still be on the continent as one people, like how we was, you know. So it's just like, for them to paint him the way they did and not fully like tackle the whole aspect of they created him this way, it's just dishonest. It's dishonest. But as well as, it's like, they could have had Killmonger's character have the same mission, the same plight, same all of that, but they could have wrote that to where he was not going around abusing defenseless women, to where he was not going around just super like misdirecting his hatred and his anger and this and the third, without him being this disrespectful punk woo-doo blah blah. Like, they played up to every negative, not fully realistic average black man stereotype to the max when it came to Killmonger. The way they show Killmonger in that movie is the way they show us to continental Africans on their TV. Whenever they're watching TV and they see niggas, all they see is Killmonger. So they really think we like that. And then when we go over there, or when they come over here and they meet us, they don't want shit to do with us. So it's just like, and this movie was premiered worldwide. I think it opened up in Kenya before it even got to the States. So like, I really just hate that super shady ass propaganda move that they gave us with Killmonger, because even though they sprinkled some real shit into his character, even though his plight was righteous, even though his motivation, his plan and everything was righteous, was real, was necessary, all that, they put so much of these unnecessary negative things to his character to make the real shit and the good shit unappealing. Okay, this nigga wanted black liberation. He's like, we need to help our people, and our people are all outside of Wakanda. It's not just the niggas in Wakanda. And then you got Black Panther's coon ass. I really, I've been looking forward to this movie since I saw the trailers and shit last February, and I was looking forward to this movie, but I knew it was going to be super stuffed full of bullshit. So it's like, even though I wanted to come over here and have a raving review and all that kind of good shit and just glow about the movie, I knew this is what I would be doing anyway. And it's so disheartening. It really is. Because a couple of simple changes in script or whatever could have gave it the story that African people continentally and diasporically needed to see and deserved to see. In fact, let me make a little note. Endings. Okay. Um, yeah. But Killmonger, they did him dirty. How about the fact that this nigga really brought in Klaus though? Wakandans been hunting down trying to get Klaus or whatever for 30 years. You know, Black Panther's ass had him right there in his hands. And Killmonger handled it. Handled it. Of course they had to have him shoot his own girlfriend. You know, God forbid that didn't happen. God forbid he missed her and actually hit Klaus, or God forbid there was another change in plot or plan to where his girl could live. But no, they had to show him being as terrible as possible, because that is what they do. They want, I'm trying to make sure y'all can see my eyes. I know my glasses give off a glare. They want niggas to be seen as shitty as possible, and that's just facts. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up about. So, Michael B. Jordan is fine. Always has and always will be. And he looked big as fuck. Next to all the other characters, he was sitting next to T'Challa. Oh, and you know who else was big as fuck? The niggas in the Jabari tribe. I'm like, oh, you know, that's my new cup of tea. We're vegetarians. Well, I'm vegan, but we can work on that. But I don't do the snow, Mr. Jabari tribe. So you gonna have to come on down the mountain. That side note. Sorry, y'all know I get sidetracked sometimes, but definitely, Killmonger was set up from jump. His father was murdered, no explanation. He was only left bits and pieces of who he was, and he had to go and claw his way back to who he was. He goes fucking home. Remember, he had that shit in his lip too. He was Wakandan, and his mama was black, which might have been Wakandan, but, well, no, not Wakandan, but, you know, might have been from that region. But, you know, they let her ass get drug into slavery for several generations. But the point is, that nigga went home, and he brought the nigga that killed like 2 kings before and shit, and yet he still off the gate was treated like shit. They treated Killmonger like shit from the moment he ended the goddamn election. This nigga showed up with the one cracker that the Black Panthers before T'Challa have been struggling with for forever. He goes and brings them in, no fucking problem. And he's got nice point on this nigga shit. T'Challa finds out exactly who Killmonger is, knows that's his cousin, knows that he was screwed over from Jump or whatever, and instead of, yo fam, welcome home, I just found out 20 minutes ago, I found out about what happened, but you know what, we gonna welcome you in, we gonna get you right, woo doo blotty blue. No, the first thing you do is you try to deny him. You won't ask him what his name is. T'Challa, really? You sit there and you look down on him. You're looking at him with disgust and distaste. This nigga just did you a favor. Was it your pride? Because you did not bring home Killmonger? So you mad? Is that what it was? Like, that they, from the moment, and I bet you, if they would have treated Killmonger a little differently, a little more welcomely, and a little nicer from when he walked in with one of their biggest enemies and whatnot, like, hey, welcome home, or hey, I'm home, or whatever, I bet you he might have had a slightly different attitude towards the entirety of a situation. He might have been able to have a meal with his cousin, catch up with his cousin, talk a little shit, and then say, hey, by the way, I want to challenge my rightful spot at the throne. But they didn't even give him an opportunity for that, because Black Panther off the rip, T'Challa off the rip, was fucked up towards him. But we don't see him fucked up that way towards the these crackers in the Captain America movie or that Avengers movie or whatever. We don't see him fucked up. We don't even see him with the same kind of attitude towards the CIA cracker who done put his hand, felt comfortable enough to dust the shoulders off and shit. We don't see him getting that. We don't see him getting like that. That white man had a whole different welcoming party shit going on type tease, and he ain't did shit for these niggas. In fact, he turned his nose up at these niggas. But you got Killmonger coming in here to save the day and do what you couldn't do, Mr. Black Panther. And you over there, chest all puffy, full-blown attitude. Knowing that this nigga, it's not his fault that you ain't know your cousin this whole time. Knowing that it's not, knowing that he sat there and got his father murdered by your grandfather, by your father, by one of them niggas, and had his whole everything stolen from him. And you gonna come at fam like that? Come on, Black. That shit was foul. That shit was foul. They screwed Killmonger over the whole goddamn election, and they made Black Panther's character look like a super coonin' bitch type tease, like a super Negro bitch type tease. And I'm so mad that so many young niggas out there are complacent with the way they drew up these characters. T'Challa is all good and shit in the hood, but as soon as he ran into someone else that looked like him outside of that dome, he become a whole different type of nigga that you really can't fuck with. Like, where'd the honor go? But anyways, whew, I don't know. Seeing Killmonger go back and forth with T'Challa and his arguments and shit, it reminds me of some conversations that I've had with my continental brothers and sisters who don't come from a struggle or who have had a particularly easy life, or, you know, they're out here on, you know, student visas or whatever, the ones who were very privileged when they came to the States, and they all have this T'Challa type attitude, and they're looking at you like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, don't you know what's wrong with me? You know, and where were you? Where have you been the whole time? And yeah, there's a lot wrong here. No, it's not what you think it is. And then for you to have that attitude towards your sister, your long lost sister and shit, and to really be all butt buddies with these people that have been causing problems for your long lost family and shit, the whole goddamn election and shit. You know, a lot of our brothers and sisters on the continent have a lot to learn when it comes to us over here. But more than just hip hop, cool sneakers, and thugs and gangbangers and shit. A lot's happened since we left y'all, you know? And we need y'all to know that, so that we can really like get back together and start healing and getting back on the same team and shit. Full disclaimer, there are plenty of continental brothers and sisters that come to the States and that ride hard with niggas as well. There's plenty that come here, like their parents were immigrants, but they were born here and they grow up with us, so they get it type tease. You know, it's only a little different because home life is different, but you know, they get the rest of the bullshit outside, and they know that shit firsthand. So it's not every continental African brother or sister that comes over here that comes over with that T'Challa type tease attitude towards Killmonger, but it's enough of them to where niggas really think that Africans don't fuck with us, and they did that shit on purpose. But I'm gonna dip into that more in another video. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Hopefully you guys have taken a moment to really digest and receive my analysis on Killmonger. I know it might be different from what a lot of other people are saying. I'm hearing everybody pretty much saying the same things out there, and I'm like, you're missing it. So here I go. I gotta make a video. Per usual, black love, black pride, black power. You have to know yourself, to love your people, and cancel the subscriptions to White Supremacy Weekly. Peace.